everyone, and welcome to the 6th episode of What the Hell is Going On. My name is Chloe Anderson.
And I'm Braden, and I know we don't have our cow stuff on from last time, but I think this episode will be just as good, if not better.
One of my favorite people in Iowa State residence is here with us today, Virginia.
Woo, woo, yay.
How's it going today?
I'm going good. I'm a little nervous because I keep looking at myself. It's like, I don't want to mess up.
Fair.
So, Virginia, do you want to tell us a little bit about what your role is here at Iowa State?
Okay, well, I'm a residence hall director at Eaton. It's really just to make sure that I'm keeping all the residents safe, running the building securely, really, honestly. That's what I think it is. Because the department is so big and everybody has the part that they play and we work all so well together. So I feel like I just be really chill, just making sure I greet them every day. Like when they're heading out to class, first thing they see is me. Good morning, have a good day in class, stuff like that. But I don't know, making sure that they're feeling safe and inclusive in there and just feeling that they belong and accepted. And I think that my staff we do that really well. We're very personable, easy to approach.
I feel like you guys do a really good job at that. Every time I'm like out in public with you, I see you're like, oh, that's one of my residents, and then you guys say hi to them.
I do. I definitely try to know not all of them, but at least everybody in each house. So I have 7 RAs, so that's 7 houses. So I try to know at least a good handful of students in each house. So it does feel good when I do hear my name across, hey, Virginia, and I'm like, oh. And it's some of my residents or some of my past residents from last year, so I like that.
What's your favorite part of being a hall director?
Really, I don't know. It's so much. Really just being part of, like, the individuals that I impact, the students that I meet, the students that I work with. I think that's my favorite part because they take away something from me. And I don't know, they could use it for whatever, or they come to it could be 10 years down the road, and they be like, I remember my hall director said this, And so that's my favorite part, is knowing that, like, I made that type of impact. I don't think I could change the whole world, but I could make a change, and at least one person at a time. So that's how I feel.
Definitely. So, do you think that Eaton is the best hall on campus?
Not that I think. I know we are the best hall on campus. I breed leaders out here. Can you see? Chloe is a prime example.
So, yeah.
Not just only her, but everybody that was on her. When she was our hall president last year, the majority of people on her exec board moved on to continue to be student leaders with the RA job, Shane and SGA, so I'm really proud. I'm really proud. And this year we have a lot of residents that are in the band, that's in ROTC. We have a few of those students in there. I just love it. Some flag. It's the appropriate name for
Color guard.
The color guards,
yeah,
the color guards. I got a few color guards on there that's in my building. So yeah, we got nothing but student leaders in our building. So that's why I know we're the best. We breed the best, The hall director's the best. I'm kidding.
As a former Eaton and Virginia's resident, I'm a little biased, I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, I've never lived in Eaton. I haven't heard nothing but good things.
I mean, but you was there almost all the time with Chloe. I saw you too. I felt like you was like honorary Eaton resident.
I feel like every hall council event I had last year, like, you would come and, like, help.
Yes.
I try my best. So, Virginia, what led you to becoming a hall director, and what led you to Iowa State?
Well, it was somebody that I knew here that I already talked to, like, months ago. I was thinking about making a change in my career, and this opportunity came up where they needed a hall director, like an emergency hire. So I was really supposed to be here till April, I think, of May of this year. And look at me. I made it official October of last year. I was like, I'm going to stay here. So that's how it really came about. I was thinking about switching, like, because I come from a social work background, so working for nonprofits, but I realized I could still make a difference with students. And just it's like preventative type of thing, being
Yeah.
proactive, like meeting this, not meeting where they're at, but before they become our clients, they're students. That's not a good. I don't know, but that was part of the reason, just wanting to make a change in my career, and I thought that higher ed would be that step, and it was. And ever since, I'm still working with people, still helping folks, but with students, it's my target population now, and not like adults already. Like, not saying that students are not adults, but this is a different target population. But I love it though. I love it.
So you mentioned your background in social work. How do you think that's helped you become a better hall director?
It helped me tremendously because it's a people's job. You need to be able to meet them where they're at, be approachable, And so with my social work skills, this all started when I was an undergrad. I was an RA in undergrad, so it was easy. I was able to put my social work skills to test when I was in undergrad, getting my social work degree. So definitely, it was an easy transition, and I was able to even help my staff be able to work with their conflicts with their residents in their houses. So I see it as a tremendous asset, a skill set to have. Being able to work with people from all walks of life, no matter where they come from. And so I have that experience, and I think it makes it easy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, definitely. I feel like that would for sure help. So, what is the most important life lesson or whatever that you learned, and who taught it to you, and how do you try and teach that to your staff or the people who live in your building or other people you interact or work with?
It's a lot. And I say one thing I think I expressed a lot is, besides documentation, I always say documentation is everything, and always read your policy handbook. That's what I always tell students, right? Because as a supervisor, right, of professional staff, that's something I always tell people, policy and procedures. But I would say mindfulness is something really big, because I think we all could use it. I think that's a big lesson that I learned.
I think that was a really good answer. So our next question that we had for you is, what is your favorite place to go walk around on campus? I know you mentioned to me one time that you and the Friday Hall director, Mike, like to walk around together.
Yeah, we do. And sometimes we walk with Cindy. She is in the, she's also part of DOR. That's my girl, Cindy Hadaway. Yeah, she has some good trails. Her and Mike, they're really good at walks. I follow them, honestly. But anywhere that's leading to the MU or leading to food, that's a good walk for me.
That's good.
Okay, because I try to eat all the time.
Well, that ties in really well to our next question. What's your favorite place to eat? It can be on campus or off campus or whatever. And then what's your favorite food?
My favorite food? My favorite spot right now? So is it the Hub? They have the strawberry smoothie. If only they can make it strawberry and banana, but that strawberry smoothie is so good. In the Hub, it's really good. That's my go-to spot on campus for right now. Yeah.
Sounds good.
We'll have to talk to Molly about that.
To see if they can get you a special strawberry smoothie, strawberry banana.
Oh, yeah, tell her she can hook me up. That'd be lovely, because they got mango or something else. I'm like, yo, how about strawberry and banana? That thing is so
That's all
good.
we're asking for is just strawberry and banana.
But
Not
exactly.
a big ask, yeah.
Nah, they should put that on their menu.
Sounds
Molly,
so good.
John, Karen, let's get it going. Let's do this. So then what would you say your favorite off-campus eating spot would be?
Probably going to the Cheesecake Factory in Des Moines. That's way off campus, right? Okay.
That's so fair, though.
It is, because, I don't know,
It's
coming
good.
from New York and having multiple places that, mad flavors I could eat, and then coming here is definitely different. But I would say cornbread. If I can, of course, but it would be cornbread.
So I've never been to cornbread, but our good friend Chase Davis raves about it.
It's good. I had their wings and then something else, but it tasted good. They had some really good food there.
I heard that cornbread has really good breakfast food.
I heard their brunch is good too. I never been to their brunch, but that's where I want to go.
I've never been. I should go try it. Sounds good.
We'll have to run it out sometime.
Yes. And I like how they spell it, cornbread. Like, it's different. It's a little cutesy.
Isn't it like corn, BRED?
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It's cute.
But yeah, it's cool though. And they make their own something. I forget what they said then, but it was cool. I forgot they make their own little thing. It's in the house. Or
I know what
something.
you're talking about, but I don't remember what it was.
Right,
Yeah.
I forgot what it was, but they were saying like it's house made or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So, Virginia, you've been here about as long as I have, a little bit longer.
Yeah,
2 years.
going on 2 years.
So, in the time that you've been here, what is your favorite memory as an Iowa State Cyclone?
I would say probably like the day I got my ID, my staff ID, my first day of work.
That's good. That's a good answer. My ID everyone always comments on how it looks like a mugshot.
Oh yeah, mine's not. It's good. I got a good picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, because not that only that we be leaders, but Eaton Hall does not got ugly people.
Oh, that is a good picture.
We don't got ugly
Oh,
people.
wow, yeah.
Okay? We don't got ugly people. So, Casey, Chloe, hello.
Well, it's crazy. So when my dad went here in the 90s, on the student IDs, they had their social security numbers printed
What?
onto the IDs.
That's too much info.
That's insane. Yeah, mine's like a
See-
mugshot.
Nah,
It's bad.
that's crazy.
I was helping my aunt move one time, and my cousin's husband was there, and my keys are laying out there, and he looks at my mugshot, he looks at my ID photo, and he goes, "Why do you look so sad in your ID photo?" Just unprompted, we're sitting there having a conversation, he just stops the whole conversation to talk about that.
Right.
It's bad.
So, Claire, I'm going to throw the question that you just asked Virginia back at you. What's your favorite memory as an Iowa State Cyclone been?
I think anyone who knows me knows this, but anytime there's goats on campus, I am absolutely there. There's this series of photos, it's from DIS my freshman year, the goat event for IRHA last year for Res Week, and then DIS this year. And it's just me holding a bunch of different goats. And yeah, I'm just a big fan of goats. I love them. So I guess it's not really I guess it's a 3-part answer, but it's close enough. What about you?
I've got a lot. The IRHA banquet last year was awesome, but I think the most fun that I've had at Iowa State was at the TCU game this year for the Jack Trice 100th celebration.
Yes.
Just the amount of meaning that goes into that week and how much it means to the campus and how the impact and legacy Jack Trice left, and kind of being able to see the events transpire over that week and culminate in an awesome night win for Iowa State football. That was probably one of my favorite memories.
Okay, well now I feel a little bit bad about the goat thing. Now I feel like I have mine holds a lot less meaning and significance than yours does.
No.
Feeling insecure about it.
So kind of moving to the next thing, and more of your hall director side of the things, what makes a really successful hall president?
There's so many things, honestly, that go into it. But I think being positive, I think the mindset is going in there with positive intent. If the goal is to what can I do to make this hall better, or that's a good start. So having that quality, that sincereness, genuineness, yeah.
Yeah. From what I've seen at IRHA this year, with your hall president now and your vice president, they both seem very nice, genuine people.
Yeah, they are Maddie and Sophia. They're my girls. Lothar and Nelson House. I be trying to know their house names. But yes.
Nelson on top.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
That's where I was last year, yeah.
Yep. But yeah, they're good. They really are. And this year, to see how Eaton grew last year, this year the students that came in really active.
Yeah.
And I love it.
I've noticed that a lot. I feel like last year I had a lot of difficulty getting people to participate and stuff.
Yep.
And this year, I remember I came in and visited your guys' hall council, and I was like, oh, everyone's just so involved.
Everybody signed up, and then people show up to meetings. Because this is all voluntary, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Definitely. I guess kind of an off-topic question, one that's not really on the question sheet that we talked about earlier.
Oh, surprise question.
Okay.
You threw together a really interesting event at the beginning of the year called Sex in the Dark. Can you kind of tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I did not say we're going to talk about this. Okay,
I know we were going to talk about it until right now.
Yes. It was with me and hall director Casey from Martin, right next to me. And It's really what's bringing body positivity, being informed, just trying to teach the students informed consent, just being knowledgeable of, because it's 2023 and we have folks here still, new cases of HIV and STIs, and it shouldn't be happening when we have all these things that could prevent that. So it's like, it shouldn't be happening. It really shouldn't, especially with students that are coming to live on their own for the first time without their parents telling them what to do, being on top of them, not really having that watchful, like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and I'd rather them be informed as opposed to just listen to somebody who don't know what they're talking about. But no, it was what the goal was to get as many students involved to be informed with safe practices, safe sex practices, and sex is not a body type, it's an energy. So we made some buttons.
I saw your buttons.
Yes.
I like them.
Yes,
They're nice.
they're cool. They're a hot commodity. They had like short. We partner with campus partners. With other campus partners on campus. With the at the center. I think they're in the MU, and they came and they brought in some stuff for the students to take to make their own goodie bags discreetly. You know, show them how to put on a condom and stuff like that and stuff. So it was pretty good. We had a good turnout, and it wasn't like you come as you go and then you keep.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard only good things about the event.
No,
so.
but it was, and then the flyer didn't go out too well, so it didn't show many because I told the RA. I had the RA. She made a good flyer, though. It attract people. But it did say Eaton and Martin Hall present sex. BYOB, bring your own blanket.
To be fair, when I first saw the post on the
crazy.
student story,
I know.
I was like, what the heck?
I know, but it got attention, and people did come. But, you know, come on now. We're not out here promoting, you know, that type of stuff out here. It's really just it, but got people to come.
True.
Definitely. I mean, you're promoting a really good issue and making college students aware, which is something that I feel college students are normally afraid of and not wanting to kind of take that extra step and learn how to be safe when they're doing these things. So
exactly, just really being safe is to reduce, decrease, whatever word y'all want to use to, you know, eliminate teen pregnancy, new STI cases, HIV, syphilis, herpes. None of these things are curable, so they're with you forever.
For real.
It only takes one time, but yeah.
So true. So kind of switching gears a little bit, what would you say, in your experience, makes a good RA?
Makes a good RA? I would say compassion. Because you got to remember, before you became an RA, because in order to be an RA, you need to have some type of living experience, right? So it's to have that compassion, just remember what it was like for you when you came on campus, not knowing anybody really, living with somebody you ain't never lived with before. So it's just having that compassion and just, again, genuine. I think that starts it off right there, because a lot of things can make up. It's just not one thing. It takes a lot of things to make a good RA, to good worker, all that work ethics.
For sure, and I would say that Ian, a lot of the RAs are very compassionate there, from at least my experience living there last year.
No, they definitely are. And even this year they are, I think, also. And I think all the residents, the majority, the residents have a good rapport with their RAs in my building. I believe so. Yeah.
That's awesome. So what would you say the most rewarding part of your job is?
When I hear people yell out my name, like, Virginia, across campus, I like that.
And what would you say the hardest part of your job is?
Duty. No, I'm kidding. No, of course it's duty. No, it's not. It's not. The hardest part, I really don't know right now because I can't answer that. I don't think right now, I cannot say. Now, you asked me about my last job before I came here. Yeah, I had a lot of things that was hard to do, but this year, I don't know, it's different. I made a change in my career, so I can't really say nothing negative at this point.
Yeah. You go from a job that's really hard to a job where you're yeah.
Like, this is a piece of cake, right? And some people are like, oh, yeah, right. But honestly, you got to realize what I did. Like, what I was dealing with. I was dealing with people and their problems. I'm still dealing with people with their problems, but in a more, I feel like a control setting.
No, fair.
So I'm going to give the same question to you. What's the most rewarding part of your job as the IRA
As
president?
president?
Right.
And what's the hardest part?
The most rewarding part of my job, working with BFLs, and the hardest part of my job, working with BFLs. So that's gonna have to be my answer.
Don't do my man like that.
Wow, that's brutal.
I would say that I really like seeing like people come to IRHA or people come to different events and just like see people having a good time. And I suppose that's more like the director of the events job or like your job, but it's still nice like knowing that IRHA is like doing something good in the community. I think the hardest part of my job, working with BFLs. Yeah.
Is that your serious answer?
Well, I don't know. It's just like it's not like a terribly like. I mean, yeah, like it's a pretty big workload, but like I would say that it's pretty like manageable, you know.
Right. And that's
I
what
like
I'm saying.
it a lot.
And so we have to be okay with hearing, there's nothing. My job ain't that hard.
Yeah. Well,
That's a good thing.
It's
Like,
good,
look at the
yeah.
soft life they say.
Oh, yeah.
Well, then
I'm in my soft life era.
I
The
used to work
soft
in
life.
food service.
Soft
Okay.
girl era.
Seriously, if you work in food service and you come to like IRHA is like everyone's so nice here. Everyone is so
Exactly.
kind. Like one of the jobs I had in high school, like it was just
Which one?
Dairy Queen.
Ah, fair.
See?
Yeah. No, that one, yeah.
I was a social worker in New York, in the city. So what you mean? This over here is a piece of cake.
I feel like once you go to an environment where like the customers or like the people you're working with are like mean to you, like then you go to like, which if you used to work with me at Dairy Queen, I still like you very much. I'm talking about the customers here that were kind of mean, but like I feel like once you go to like that kind of setting to like a more like relaxed, like oh you're still dealing with problems but in a different capacity, it's just kind of like oh.
Right.
Hey, what about you? Because you used to work at Target, so that's kind
I
of
still do.
You still do.
I say the most, do you want me the most rewarding and most challenging part of my job at Target or here at Iowa State?
Here.
I need that discount.
The most rewarding part of my job here, you kind of touched on it, was just seeing events, people come out. But even more than that, it's just like seeing the excitement people get. Like it was literally yesterday, I was walking into the office and two Friley RAs were like, Braden, when are we going to win one of the giveaways? When are we going to do one of these?
Right.
And also just seeing people getting excited about the stuff we do, or if we're sitting in a dining hall and you hear people talking about events that we're throwing, like, oh my gosh, I went and did X, Y, or Z earlier today and it was so much fun, or just hearing people talking at events or meetings, all that kind of stuff about what we're doing and how it's exciting. And that definitely, it feels good. It makes the work that you do feel definitely validated.
Right.
The hardest part of the job, spelling.
That's awful.
Spelling.
Did we talk? So we might have talked about this already. I don't remember. But he sent out an email one time to all of Parliament, and it said, it was like a Halloween email because it was Halloween week, and he goes, was it good afternoon all? I hope your week has been filled with plenty of treats and not very many ticks. Because he meant to say tricks. I feel like
It's okay.
I feel like misspelling something into where it's a different word that's like worse is like definitely a lot worse than misspelling something and it just doesn't make sense.
I agree. Grammarly is my best friend.
I have it on my phone.
Me too.
It's on my phone and it's on my work computer. But you're not alone and it'll be all right because I type how I talk.
Fair.
But
I love
being
Grammarly.
my authentic self, and so that's
Not
what it
sponsored.
is.
I remember there was one time it was during an NRHH meeting last year, and you sent email to me, Thomas, and Ariana. For those of you who don't know, that was the president and treasurer last year. And I just, we all, looked at me and we were like, what does this say? It was awful.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay, but you do a lot better now. I don't think I've read an email from you that I haven't understood since that incident. And that's because we made you download Grammarly that night, but
They did, Thomas and Ariana fully. They
okay.
stood over my shoulder and watched me install it and set it up.
That's all right. The same thing happened to me too. So
It's okay.
especially when I did my duty log. So don't feel bad.
fair.
It's like it'd be all right. Listen, I'm still here. Clearly,
You are.
I still
You're
got
doing
the
a great
job. So
Yeah.
right. So yeah.
You guys both of you are doing an amazing job, despite the fact that you might not be able to spell, but it's okay.
Exactly. Right.
You don't need to be able to spell to be successful.
Sure. Hello. I already got my 2 degrees. I'm good. I'm degreed out, I
Exactly.
think.
I've got my 0 degrees, but hopefully some soon.
Yeah, soon. You'll be there.
You're halfway there almost.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So another thing that you're involved in Virginia here is Green Dot. Can you talk a little bit about your involvement with them?
Yeah, so, that's the social work fix that I needed, I was sitting in the Green Dot training for Res Life, and Carrie was the one conducting the training. And then I was like, girl, I need to talk to you. I'm a social worker, this. And then, we just vibed. And then she's like, you ever connect you with Sam? And Sam Shelton, connected me and signed me up for Green Dot and how it could be evolved and stuff like that. So I became a facilitator. Yeah.
Yeah, I know when I did the training, Sam was real informational on it. They provided a lot of really good resources for me and Betsy and Sam who did the training together.
Right.
And then when you did it at Parliament and gave us our little
I just gave you a little synopsis of what Green Dot is that they already don't know. There's no little remedial stuff.
Yeah.
Keep talking about it.
your Helzer event with the cookies, that was fun.
That was a good event.
It was okay. Started out rough, but they got the message. They knew what I was saying. They knew the 3Ds, how to distract.
I would say that
Delegate.
everyone was like pretty engaged with that.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah.
I think you did a good job. I had a good time.
Yeah, I did too. They were supposed to be making their cookies. They were not supposed to be looking at me.
Well,
Didn't Nick make like 8
Like
cookies?
8 cookies.
Oh, I did not see. Look at that. I was busy trying to present. I didn't even pay attention to how many cookies he was
He
making.
was making a lot of cookies.
Oh, wow.
Well, because we were sitting next to him.
Right, and
So-
I felt like he was just looking at me the whole time at first. But how did he make those 8 cookies?
He went up and just kept grabbing more and more and more. Just
Well, because he would come back with like 3 or 4 at a time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
he made a
guy.
good amount of cookies.
Good amount of cookies. I think
That's
8 is
good.
probably.
And
I feel like he doesn't watch the podcast. I was gonna say I feel like we're gonna get a TM about this. I'm like he doesn't watch it.
Right. Well, he might.
He
Watch.
might. We'll tell him that he's got a shout out.
yeah. So Virginia,
Yeah.
I saw on Instagram. Is it true that you went to high school with Bruno Mars?
Oh, yes, I did.
What was he
did.
like? If you knew him at all?
I did. So I went to several high schools in Hawaii, but that was the first high school. That was Roosevelt High School, and I called him Peter. Peter Hernandez is his name. That's what
Oh,
we
it's
call
his
him.
real name. I
That's
thought you
his
just
real
didn't know
name.
his
Peter.
name.
No, it's Peter Hernandez, but Bruno is his like a middle name, or I think that's a stage name, of course. But he would perform like in all the school stuff, like assemblies and everything. He'd be the one singing the Star Spangled Banner type stuff all the time. Any talent show. And then like he had a crush on one of my friends. Her name is Danielle in high school, and she used to give us tickets to go see him perform. So in Hawaii, how they get their money is tourism.
Yeah.
And you know how in Vegas they have residencies, like people who personate stuff, like personate Elvis, Neil Diamond. So in Waikiki, in Honolulu, they have their own little those hotels that have resorts, and they have their impersonators that come. And he played like Michael Jackson, he impersonated young Michael. And
That's
so we
awesome.
used to he used to give us comp tickets. So then we'd be like, just to yell at his name, be like, oh yeah, Peter, like that type stuff. Those were the days in high school, yo.
That's crazy.
That was my freshman year. My freshman, half of my sophomore year, and then I went to a different high school. So I didn't graduate with my class. He was part of that class, 03, the Rough Riders as well. But yeah, I went to like 3 different high schools. It was tough.
Was Bruno Mars as cool as he seems?
Yeah, he was definitely cool. He always was nice. Always had a pleasant interaction. But he always had a crush on my friend, Danielle. He always liked her.
Aww.
And, we talk about it like later on. Like, I had our friends, when we first saw him years ago when he started being famous, I said, girl, you messed up. I said, you messed up. I said, you fumbled that bag,
She could
girl.
have had a song about her.
Something.
Maybe she does.
Maybe she does and she doesn't know it. Yeah.
We could have been on a tour or something. You know what I'm saying? We could have got some
could've been,
tickets. The
yeah.
tickets when he was in Vegas that year.
True.
That's what I really wanted, was to see him in Vegas. But yeah.
That would have been cool. Yeah.
So it's been like Peter.
Yes, exactly. It was good times. But like, there was people that was there with him that I follow on IG, but I see that he's not on tour with him anymore. Like some of my classmates from high school in Hawaii that I still connect with. He used to go with him everywhere. And now I was like, interesting what happened.
Ooh.
So you're right. I know it has to be some tea.
Bruno
I know it
Mars,
has to be some
if
tea.
you're
Like,
watching this, release a public statement right now.
I wish. I know what happened with that friend too. Well, I wonder. I was like, He was with him every step of the way when he first got, like, yes. So I'm
Wow.
like 99. So it's weird.
If Bruno Mars is
wild.
listening in,
I doubt it, yeah.
I can get.
There's one comment on YouTube and it's like Bruno Mars, like, hey, Virginia.
I wish.
God.
I wish.
Sounds
He'll
like a nice
probably
guy,
remember
though.
me. No, he's definitely cool. He was always popular. I'm telling you, all the girls loved him. It's because he could sing.
Real life Troy Bolton.
Yep. So, yeah, that was it. Yeah, living and growing up in Hawaii was pretty cool.
Definitely.
Oh.
I've never been, but I've heard great things.
What was your favorite part about growing up in Hawaii?
Being like just going to the beach whenever you want to go.
Fair.
I want to go to the beach. Every day could have been a beach day. Every day was a beach day.
Fair.
I have a friend who goes to school in Hawaii, and anytime I see her like TikToks or whatever, I'm like, this is so sick. I'm like,
Yeah.
we have Target and Walmart, and you have
Exactly.
mountains and beaches.
Exactly. And then like this is a time where it's like this. A lot of those the surf competitions, because of the waves.
You know who would get down to those surf competitions? Griffin Urban.
I did not at any point know where he was going with that.
I didn't know who that was.
The Joe Free president last year.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was
he's
a
cool.
big outdoors guy. I think he surfs.
He went to
Okay.
high school with you fellas.
Oh, nice.
Everyone's connected.
They over there. They surf over there in Hawaii.
All right. Well, I think that's
this
it.
was fun.
Yeah, I think that's all for this episode of What the Hell's Going On. Thank you for coming on, Virginia.
Yes,
It's nice
thank y'all
having
for
you.
having me.
Yeah, so we won't have an episode next week due to Thanksgiving. However, we'll be back in 2 weeks with, who knows, just somebody, whoever's available. But, well, thank you so much for tuning in to the 6th episode of What the Hell is Going On. We'll catch you next time.